Drawing an eighth rest. On this page, we are talking about the eighth rest. We are already familiar with the eighth note. This is the eighth note, one of the eighth notes you can see right there. And these two notes also, remember, they are eighth notes as well. When they are together, two in a row, we can use a beam to connect them. It's easier to read, it's more compact, and it's easier to write too. But if we need to write just one eighth note, we would need to use a flag like that. Okay? In this example, we have an eighth note followed by the eighth rest. Let's practice how to draw eighth rests. So this is the first example. You'll just need to complete these empty squares with the same rest. So I made a copy here so I can use it and write with you as well. So they ask us to write like that, just trace over, and then see if you can do it again. So it doesn't have to be perfect, something like this. Okay, I do it kind of like that, personally me, but it doesn't matter. We'll understand what you mean when you write. Okay. All right. So I did that first exercise. Then I'm going to do number 2, pumpkin rhythms. Circle the beats for each example. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The second task you will have to do is tap and count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with your teacher. So what I would like you to do, I would like you to actually write down the counting. For example, here you can see the first beat, the first note gets the beat, half of the beat, so we'll say 1, and then the eighth note the eighth rest gets the end of that first beat, right? And all together, the first eighth note and then eighth rest, we see that's our first beat, so we circle it. Okay, so let's try from the actually from the second part of it. Let's just write the beats how they come. So let's try it. Okay, so the first measure is done for us. You can see again, this is your first beat, 1 and, so we'll circle the first one, 1 and, 2 and, right, 3 and, 4 and. Make sure when you write that your numbers and ands are vertically lined up perfectly. Okay, well, for the best of your ability. Okay, so let's just do this measure. Okay, so this is the eighth, so I'll say 1, then this eighth gets the and. I use the and, it means plus sign. Okay, then we have another eighth, so we'll say 2. This is the rest. You get and, 3 goes here, and 4 and. Okay, so total, remember, you must have 4 beats, and every beat equals to the quarter note. So remember, inside of the quarter note we have 2/8. So for example, let's go back here and do this part. So we have the first beat circled. So the second beat would be like that, right? See that? The full beat. The third beat will be like that. The quarter note, get it all. Okay? Let's do the second measure. So we have 2/8, 1 beat, 1/8 and an eighth rest, second beat. The same thing for the third one and the fourth one, like that. So you'll just need to continue like that and see if you can finish this first line. And the same thing will happen here in the second line, line B. Just make sure you have 3 beats in every measure. Okay, so this one would be probably the easiest right here. So let's do maybe this measure together. Okay, so we'll say 1 and, right, 2 and 3 and then we can circle. This is our full beat, so we have 3 beats in this measure. Okay, and let's do now task 3. Right here you can see third task. copy cat rhythms. Copy each time signature and rhythm pattern. Well, this one is pretty easy. This one you don't need to really think that much. You just have to copy exactly what you see here. So I'm going to do the first example, okay? So again, the way we write our notes and rests might be a little bit different from the way they print, which is okay. Okay, so that would be my 8th note, like that, and 8th rest. Then I'll have 2 8th notes connected with a beam. Then I have the 8th note again with a flag, 8th rest, and again I will have 2 8th notes connected with a beam. Okay, so it does look a little bit different from what you see printed. So you'll just need to continue like this and do line beam. Then the next one we will have to actually create. Here you have to think. Write 2 measures of your own rhythm. Use at least 2 8th rests. So I'm going to use 2 8th rests in that first measure. All right, so what I would like to do maybe, well, let's just start with the quarter note. Okay, quarter note. So I'll look here before I do anything. I need to make sure I count correctly. I have to have 4 beats. That each beat equals to the quarter note. So I already wrote the first quarter note. So I have the first beat. So I have 3 more. Okay, so then I think, well, let's try the 8th note. Okay, and then I put 8th rest. So that would be my second beat, right? So this is 1 and 2 and then I'm going to maybe use another quarter note. So it has 1, 2, 3, and then I have only 1 more left. So, and since I need 2 8th rests, I'm going to just repeat the same thing what I did here. So that would be my example of what you can come up with. You can get a little bit more elaborate and kind of do maybe the first 8th, kind of switch it around. Okay, you can do like that, or maybe you will come up with even more creative way of using your rests. Just do make sure you have 4 full beats and quarter note gets a beat. Okay, well, happy practicing.